Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Elizabeth Bratcher, Psychic Medium. It's the 16th of May, and I am here to do your daily reading. I am late today, and I'm very excited as to why I'm late because I have my deck printed off. I am very, very excited. So I have printed it off of my own printer because I want to run it through a few times before I send it off officially in case there's some changes that I feel I need to make. So this deck is just an extension of my own energy. So I thought it, really great to create something visual from what I see inside or what I feel inside. And so thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please do so while you're here. But especially today of all days, if you could take just a couple of minutes just to let me know how you resonated with the cards. I'm not necessarily looking for positive feedback around the readings and things like that, though I've always appreciated if you can give me feedback with those. But more so just how you resonated around the cards. Love to see what people think. Okay, so how it works, guys, is I'm going to pull out 3 cards. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And all you need to do is just take a breath. Just take a breath. The numbers will come to you. Are you drawn to number 1, to number 2, to number 3? It's very, very common for you to be drawn to more than one number. So allow your energy to do that if that's what it needs to do, okay? So these cards are for what you need to know most today. They give you something to reflect upon. They take a look into the bigger picture. They take a look into, what leads on to tomorrow and what follows from yesterday, all right? And so let's have a look and see today what the cards have to offer. All right, so I'm going to pull 3 cards out of the deck randomly. So that's number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, so just take a moment to focus. So your energy is drawn to number 1, to number 2, or to number 3. 1, 2, 3. For no particular reason, I'll just show you the back of the cards. I know the colour's not so bright. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to pop up number 3. I'm going to pop up number 2. Please excuse my nails. I should really fix them. And let's have a look and see what number 1 has to offer. So transformation, blossoming into true self. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see what else. Okay. Standing strong. Intention. All right, beautiful. So what I want to say to you guys, number 1 today, transformation, blossoming into true self. And so for me, what this card kind of represents is it's that accumulative energy that's kind of brought you into that next phase, that next step. And sometimes that very much presents like frustration. It makes you feel like you're stuck in a rut. It's like there's this energy inside of you that's just wanting to escape out of your body. I always call it like feeling itchy in your own skin. And it's not necessarily a positive feeling, but it's because it's wanting to push you forward. It's wanting to push you forward, so it puts a little bit of pressure onto you. So I just wanted to describe that because some of you will already be in the beautiful early stages where you are feeling that positive energy flow and are feeling the effects of all of that hard work. But some of you will also be just on that other side of it where you're kind of like, hey, what does this mean? And so, listen to your body, listen to what it's trying to tell you, listen to the way that you're comfortable with where you're at, with what you're doing and everything else like that, because, you've worked hard and it's showing that you, as I said, you're starting to blossom into true self. So standing strong, okay? Standing strong. It says, you've got this, and you do, and it's just reminding yourself of that. You've got this, you haven't made all of this effort and come all of this way for no reason. All right, and so don't be afraid to stand strong in your own energy and in your own power. It's not about ego, it's about self-trust and belief. And so then you've got the card of intention, okay? And the card asks you, where does yours lay? Where is your intention laying? Because what happens is, that intention is basically what we want to happen. And we all go, oh, my intention's set in the right place. I want to succeed. Okay, great. So go back a level and see, where does your intention lay from your beliefs? Do you really honestly believe that you're going to succeed? Or do you think that, you've got a 50-50 chance? Or, where does it lay? Because when the intention is there, your intention needs to lay towards happiness. Having my words caught in my mouth. It has to lay towards success in the regards of you need to feel what you believe. You need to believe and see it and feel it, because if we sit there and we set our intentions towards what could go wrong and we worry and, we play it safe and all of that kind of thing, the energy is drawn to the lower. Okay, the energy is drawn to the problems, the energy is drawn to the outcome that pretty much is going to put us in a point where we go, see, I thought that was going to fail, because we've set all our intention to that. Okay, and so very much so what this card says to you, you know, as this transformation comes along, it requires pushing you out of your comfort zone. So stand strong and make sure your intention, make sure your energy is locked to the success and the beautiful things of what you want, not of what could go wrong. Okay, allow your energy to be in the higher vibration. All right, so I'll pop these cards off to the side. Put number 1 over here. All right, so let's see what number 2 has to offer today. Balance. The yin and yang of life. Balance. Very much so. All right, so let's see what else the cards want to say today. Okay, nice. So what the cards are saying today, for those of you that have been drawn to number 2, is you got the balance there, okay? And as I said, it talks about the yin and the yang of the life, the ups and the downs, and which is really interesting because you've pretty much pulled the same 2 cards thereafter, which is, you know, I call this the shit happens card, basically. Shit happens. But, you know, and it's just that gentle reminder that sometimes in life stuff happens that we don't necessarily have a huge control over, but we do have a choice of how we react. And so, you know, it's saying, you know, it happens. Don't stress. It's all good. And I think what the message is that's resonating for me today with these cards is you've pulled the freedom card afterwards, you know. So it's about release. It's about self-love. It's about determination. And it's all of that. And so what the cards are asking you to do is just to make sure that your balance is in place as far as, you know, keeping perspectives that not everything is in your control, that you can't change everything, and that sometimes you just need to be patient and ride through, that you're sending the right amount of balance to yourself as well as to others, that you're not kind of beating your head against walls trying to bring good things in for others that don't necessarily want to see them. You know, the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. All of that kind of energy is what's resonating around, you know. The truth will set you free, basically. And so very much so, you know, just understanding that sometimes it's all just a part of life. And if we don't carry the burdens that we're not supposed to, we're going to have a beautiful sense of release around us, which is going to allow us to feel lighter, you know, get on with our days better, all of that kind of thing. So, you know, if you're feeling like it is like you know, sort of hitting your head against a bit of a brick wall, or that you're feeling quite frustrated with people around you, or the attempts to make things better around you that aren't working, really, as I said, again, just sort of ask yourself why you're putting the energy into it, you know, and are you putting enough energy back into yourself? All right, it's asking you to call onto your balance. Call onto your balance. And when you do, as I said, that feeling of release. And for me, you know, it's feeling like I keep seeing the sunshine, and it's like the weight of the world's off my shoulders, you know. I just feel like, oh, thank God I don't have to worry about that anymore. You know, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And so, yeah, just worry about the things that matter, and the things that we can't change, we need to just kind of, you know, keep our perspective. Keep our perspective. Don't let the worry basket fill up too much. All right, so let's pop that card over to the side and see finally what number 3 has to offer today. Joy, peace, happiness, and harmony. And that's the thing, that's specifically why I chose that word for this card, is joy, because joy includes more than just happiness. You know, happiness and joy are not the same thing. And for me, joy is very, very much a fulfillment, a nice holistic feel. So let's see what else it has to say. Trust. Self-trust and belief is where it all begins. Okay, so then you've got challenging matters of the heart. All right, so I actually feel like they connect to you today, those challenging matters of the heart. And so number 3, when I'm sitting with your cards today, what I want to say to you is that you've the joy card. Okay, this is where you're stepping into. This is what I feel is, it's that same energy, I guess, of number 1 that's there. You know, you're feeling it, and if you're not feeling it, you're just on the other side of it. It's waiting to come in. All right, and so what the cards are asking you to do, and reminding you that trust, you know, self-trust and self-belief is where it all begins. Because if you don't have those things for yourself, then you're always going to walk along with a level of, you know, the fact that it's not going to work, or that you don't deserve it, that you're not worth it, that there's no point trying, it's all just going to fall on its butt anyway, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da. And so when we take a look at that, what happens a lot of the times is that we get a little bit of a literal lesson, I guess, because you know, we get to see where we've been procrastinating, we get to see where we've perhaps let ourselves down in the past and things, and you know, it can bring that feeling of, I guess the best word is regret, you know, and it's not about big regrets and things like that. And so very much so, just go easy on yourself, you know, because when we do click in and we do feel all of that sense and energy, it can bring a frustration of looking back a little bit. But we don't need to worry about that. We just need to be kind and gentle to ourselves and go, that's all good. We're moving forward from this point on. So for me, the number 3, guys, today, the very big message is around this joy card that's there. As I said, I feel like, you know, there's just that big energy that's there. It's almost like visually what I get is someone just trying to hand you a big ball of joy, you know, a big ball of joy, and you're like, yep, sweet. And you've got it, but you're just like, oh, you know, is it safe to put down here? Is it safe to put down there? Or do I need to hold on to it really strongly so that it doesn't break? You know, and it's not. It's got a beautiful stand that it can sit on. You can step back, you can go around your day and things like that, because you're going to bring in that self-trust, that self-belief, and as I said, not go too hard on yourself when we see and we learn. The more that we learn about ourselves, the more that we learn about ourselves, okay? So don't be too hard on yourself as you do that. It defeats the purpose and it's not the point. All right, so let me put these back into the deck and just reflect. So we've got number 3, which was the joy card. This is probably one of my worst printed ones. It's actually really bright, but I'll give you guys a look. Number 2, which is balance. And number 1, sorry, which is the transformation card, which is, I'm going to have to probably fix that one up a little bit, but that's okay. It's a beautiful little seedling popping out to a sunflower. All right, so number 1, number 2, and number 3. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed your reading today. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, have a beautiful day. Take care. And again, if you do have 1 minute, I would love some feedback onto how you resonated with the cards today. Take care and see you tomorrow.